When Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco tied the knot, the internet expected fireworks, romantic kisses, show-stopping dresses, and A-list guests. What nobody predicted was that a blink-and-you-miss-it moment, quietly captured on video by Selena's best friend Taylor Swift, would become the most talked-about detail of the entire event. In a sea of glitz and glamour, it was a tiny object in Selena's hand, something that looked suspiciously like a vape, that ignited a wildfire conversation, speculation, and controversy. But why did this brief glimpse seize the attention of millions? Why did it overshadow the vows, the flowers, the celebrity guest list? And what does it reveal about the way we see celebrities, brides, and women in the public eye? The story isn't just about a wedding. It's about the secret pressures, expectations, and realities hiding behind every filtered Instagram post. Here's how a hidden clue at Selena Gomez's wedding exposed more than anyone bargained for. It was supposed to be a sweet, behind-the-scenes peek. Selena, radiant in her bridal suite, surrounded by friends, her veil being adjusted perfection. The camera panned around the room, catching laughter, nerves, the soft rustle of silk. Then, almost imperceptibly, Selena's hand flashed into frame. In it, something metallic and slender, definitely not a lipstick tube and not a pen, caught the light. Within hours, screen grabs exploded across social media. Was Selena Gomez holding a vape at her own wedding? Fans are quick to spot and dissect every detail of a celebrity's life, but this moment hit differently. For many, seeing Selena possibly holding a vape wasn't just a gotcha tabloid moment. It sparked real concern. After all, Selena Gomez's health journey has been heartbreakingly public. Diagnosed with lupus in 2015, she's spoken openly about her battle with the autoimmune disease, as well as her 2017 kidney transplant, a gift from her friend Francia Risa that saved her life. The fan reaction was immediate and intense. Some rushed to Selena's defense. Maybe it wasn't a vape at all. Maybe it was a prop, a makeup tool, or even a quirky piece of jewelry. Others, however, voiced their worries. If it was a vape, what did it mean for Selena's health? Was she jeopardizing her recovery? Was the pressure of fame, and perhaps even the wedding itself, pushing her to unhealthy coping mechanisms? To understand why the image went viral, you have to understand what Selena Gomez represents to millions. She isn't just a pop star or an actress. She's a symbol of resilience. Her openness about her physical and mental health struggles has made her a role model for fans facing similar battles. She's talked about anxiety, depression, and the brutality of living with a chronic illness while in the spotlight. For these fans, Selena isn't just another celebrity. They see themselves in her. They root for her victories and grieve her setbacks as if they were their own. So, when she appears to slip, even in the tiniest, most ambiguous way, it feels personal. It's no coincidence that this moment happened at Selena's wedding. For centuries, weddings have been staged as the ultimate performance perfection, especially for women. The dress must be flawless, the skin glowing, the smiles unforced. Brides are expected to be paragons of happiness, health, and beauty, a near impossible standard, even for those who aren't living under a microscope. But when the bride is Selena Gomez, a woman who has spent years fighting for her health, whose every move is scrutinized, those pressures become even more intense. Suddenly, a single object in her hand isn't just a personal choice. It's a public statement, open to judgment, debate, and even outrage. Is it fair for fans to be concerned? In Selena's case, the answer isn't simple. Vaping may be less harmful than traditional smoking, but it's far from harmless, especially for someone with a history of autoimmune disease and organ transplant. According to medical experts, people who have undergone kidney transplants or who live with lupus must be especially careful about introducing toxins into their bodies. Vaping can irritate the lungs, suppress the immune system, and increase the risk of infection, all potential dangers for someone in Selena's shoes. For her supporters, the possibility that she might be vaping feels like a real, tangible threat. What this moment truly reveals, however, is the suffocating pressure of celebrity life. Selena Gomez has spent the better part of her life in the spotlight. Every choice, what she eats, who she dates, how she spends her downtime, is subject to intense scrutiny. For someone already dealing with physical and emotional challenges, that level of surveillance can be overwhelming. It's no wonder then that even a moment of vulnerability, whether it's vaping, stress eating, or simply looking tired, can feel like a scandal. The world expects perfection, and when it doesn't get it, it demands answers. But perhaps the real question isn't did Selena vape at her wedding, but rather, why do we care so much? What is it about seeing our idols slip, even momentarily, that fascinates and distresses us? Some psychologists argue that we project our own hopes, fears, and insecurities onto celebrities. When Selena struggles, it's a mirror for our own imperfection. Her vulnerability gives us permission to be human. But it also stirs anxiety. If even she can't be perfect, what hope do we have? There's another layer, too. Control. We like to believe that if we make the right choices, eat the right foods, avoid the wrong behaviors, we can avoid suffering. Seeing someone like Selena, who's done everything right and still faces challenges, reminds us how little control we truly have. In the days after the video surfaced, the conversation shifted. Some fans, recognizing the intensity of the scrutiny, began to call for compassion over criticism. She's human, one commenter wrote. She's allowed to have moments of weakness, just like the rest of us. Others pointed out that we don't know the full story. Maybe it wasn't a vape. Maybe it was a moment of nerves, not a pattern of behavior. Maybe, just maybe, Selena deserves the benefit of the doubt. Ultimately, the hidden clue at Selena Gomez's wedding is about more than a possible vape. It's about the impossible standards we set for ourselves and our idols. It's about the need for privacy, the right to be flawed, and the importance of compassion in a world obsessed with perfection. Selena Gomez's wedding should have been a celebration of love, resilience, and new beginnings. Instead, it became a case study in the pressures of fame, the dangers of judgment, and the power of empathy. As the news cycle moves on, one thing remains clear. The true hidden clue isn't what Selena was holding in her hand, but what we're holding in ours. The power to choose compassion over criticism, understanding over outrage, and humanity over perfection. So the next time you scroll past a headline about Selena or any celebrity, pause for a moment. Remember that behind every filtered photo and viral video is a real person, fighting real battles, living a real life. And that perhaps is the most important clue of all.